Hello students of English 4, welcome back. I hope you and your families are doing well. This video is for week number 15 of the workshop. And today is a very important date because this is your last evaluation. After this, you only have to take the quiz in 2 weeks from now, December the 2nd, and that's it. It's over. Today, as I said, is your final evaluation and will be based on Unit 7 of the workbook that focuses on the city and the environment. But the environmental issues is something I'm really passionate about, so I decided to do something with the environment topic. This evaluation is a bit more challenging than the ones we've done before, and you will have to write an essay. If you ever want to certify your level of English with an exam such as the FCE, the CAE, or the IELTS, if you ever want to study abroad, it's very likely that you will be asked to do one of these exams. When I decided to study in the UK, I had to take the IELTS exam to apply to the university in England. So if studying abroad is something you would like to do, you must know how to write an essay. In these exams, usually you have 90 minutes to write 2 texts. Each text should be about 220 and 260 words. The part 1 of the writing section is always an essay, while in part 2 you have a choice of 3 tasks: a letter, an email, a proposal, a report, or a review. The examiners assess you on 4 elements. These are content: did you do the task you were asked to do? Communicative achievement: did you use the right tone or level of formality? Is it good to read? Can the reader understand you? Number 3, organization: did you link the paragraphs together? Is there a logical flow? And number 4, language: did you show off your sparkling vocabulary, or did you make any grammar mistakes? So in this video, you will learn how to write a cause and solution essay. I'm going to show you how to write this essay step by step, and I'll explain each step with a model essay. As an example, the model essay will be about loss of biodiversity. Basically, causes and solutions essay is one of the most common questions types in exam. This question asks you to describe causes and propose solutions for a given problem. So this video will be divided in 2 sections. First, I will give you a question sample with the model answer, and I will teach you some effective strategies to produce ideas for your answer. And in the second part of this video, you will find the instructions for your evaluation. So let's begin. For example, this is the question you got for an examination. Influence of human beings on the world's ecosystem is leading to the extinction of species and loss of biodiversity. What are the primary causes of loss of biodiversity? And what solutions can you suggest? Of course, the topics for causes and solutions essay may vary, but the answering strategy is pretty much the same for all essays of causes and solution type. So the first step is to produce ideas here in your brain. Before starting to write your essay, it's a good idea to dedicate 2 or 4 minutes to producing some ideas for your essay. This way, you'll know what to write about and your essay will be more structured. To produce ideas for causes and solutions essays, you have to determine 3 things: the problem, causes of this problem, and solutions to this problem. The problem here is already given: loss of biodiversity. In other words, some animals and plants are dying out. Now, let's think about its causes and solutions. Don't be afraid of simple ideas. It's totally fine. Here are some ideas that may come to your mind. In the case of causes, one of the causes may be the change of the natural habitats. When humans artificially transform the environment, like building roads, houses, etc., they destroy animals' natural habitat. Another cause can be pollution. Pollution negatively changes the flow of energy, the chemical constitution of the environment, and the climate in general. So a lot of species cannot live under such conditions and die out. Another cause may be the overexploitation of resources. When the activities connected with capturing and harvesting a natural resource are too intense in a particular area, the resource becomes exhausted. For example, too intense farming exhausts the soil. Too frequent fishing, which doesn't leave enough time for fish to reproduce, makes fish disappear. So after you've thought about the possible causes, you can use them in your writing. You can invent more reasons of this problem, but usually it's enough to give one or two causes in your writing. Now let's think about the possible solutions. One of the solutions may be to protect areas. Protecting areas where human activity is limited and avoiding overexploitation of resources are the best ways to save the environment and prevent the species from dying out. Another solution may be to promote awareness. Informing the general population about the disadvantages of loss of biodiversity will encourage people to be more conscious of the environment. One or two solutions are enough for a good essay. Now, after we've collected some ideas, it's time to structure our thoughts into an essay. There might be many possible answering strategies, but we'll use this good and time-tested essay structure. The introduction, the body paragraph number 1, in which we will talk about the causes, the body paragraph number 2, in which we will present our solutions, and the conclusions. So let's begin with the introduction. Write the introduction in 2 sentences. In the sentence number 1, paraphrase the question. That is, that you have to restate the problem. Despite knowing about biodiversity's importance for a long time, human activity has been causing massive extinctions of different species. In the sentence number 2, you need to tell the person who's reading your essay what are you going to describe in your essay. This essay will examine the main causes of loss of biodiversity and possible solutions of this problem. Now, let's see the body paragraph number 1, in which we will talk about the causes. In the sentence 1, you can state the 2 main causes. The 2 main causes of species extinction are change of their habitats and overexploitation of natural resources. In sentences 2, 3, and 4, you can explain the first cause and give an example. When humans artificially transform the environment, they destroy vegetation and animals' natural habitat. For instance, to build new roads, people are cutting down the trees and cementing the soil, altering the environment. Because of that, a lot of species are dying out. Could you see some of the connectors or linking words we used here? To give an example, we used for instance, and to give reasons, because of that. Now, in sentence number 5, 6, and 7, you can explain the second cause and give an example. Also, when the activities connected with capturing and harvesting a natural resource are too intense in a particular area, the resources becomes exhausted. For example, too frequent fishing doesn't leave enough time for fishing to reproduce and makes them disappear. So here, could you notice some of the connectors we use to give examples? In the last sentence, you have to give a short summary if necessary. But if you don't want to include this sentence, that's okay. In other words, human activities often deplete local flora and fauna and cause loss of biodiversity. Now, let's see the body paragraph number 2. This is the one in which we give this solution. In sentence 1, you give 1 or 2 possible solutions. Some possible solutions to this problem are protecting natural areas and promoting awareness among people. Sentences 2, 3, and 4 explain how each of the solutions solves the problem. You may give an example if you wish. By protecting areas where human activity is limited and avoiding overexploitation of its resources, we can save the untouched environment and prevent species from dying out. Moreover, the next step in fighting biodiversity loss is informing the general population about the dangers of this problem. This way, people will be more conscious of the environment and won't overuse or destroy its resources. Can you notice one of the linking words we used here to add information? Moreover. Moreover, the next step in fighting biodiversity, yada yada. And now it's time to write the conclusion. In the sentence number 1, you can restate the causes of the problem. To conclude, people's activities that change the environment have negative impact on the world's ecosystem. In the sentence number 2, you should remind the reader of possible solutions. However, we can significantly lessen the extinction of species by protecting natural areas and enlightening people as to this problem. Can you see the connectors we use here? To conclude, to summarize the idea, and however, to make a contrast. It's very important that you notice that after these connectors or linking words, there is always a comma. To conclude, comma. However, comma. You see? So that's the right way to write an essay. Now it's time for the instructions of your evaluation. You need to choose between these two questions. Water pollution has been an increasing problem over the last few decades. What causes water pollution, and how can we prevent this problem? So if you choose this question, remember that include an introduction, then the first paragraph will be about the causes of water pollution. Then the second body paragraph will be about the possible solutions to prevent this problem, and then a conclusion. The second option is pollution of air, water, and soil has become critical in last years, and it takes millions of years to recoup. What are the main causes of pollution, and how can we tackle this problem individually and globally? So if you choose this option, you need to include an introduction. The first body paragraph will be about the causes of pollution. The second body paragraph will be about how can we tackle this problem individually and globally, and then a conclusion. In the class-to-class calendar, I will leave you the model answer that we just used for the explanation, and also a link with useful connectors and linking words you can use to write your essay. Your essay should be between 220 to 260 words long, and you will have to drop your document on the assignment on Aula Virtual. And that's all. If you have any questions, suggestions, or recommendations, remember that you can always write to my email and I will answer to you as soon as I can. And that's all for today. Take care, be safe, wash your hands, wear a face mask, and see you next week. Bye!